Spoiler alert! I'm sorry, I haven't quite figured out what my intro is supposed to be, so you're gonna have to deal with bullshit like this a bit more. And speaking of bullshit, have you heard of Studio Ghibli? I'm sorry, it's a joke, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. What I mean is, congratulations now that you have binged through all Studio Ghibli movies and Makoto Shinkai movies and even watched Naruto. What happens now? Don't give up on your weeb journey. That's why I'm here with 6 anime movie recommendations because yeah, there is a world beyond Spirited Away and Your Name. So, let me introduce you to 2 more directors who deserve way more recognition. They are my 2 personal favorite directors and I would suggest please go and watch all their work. But today I'll be recommending 3 movies from each to showcase their unique styles and storytelling approaches. First we have Mamoru Hosoda. So Hosoda's films often explore the themes of family, friends, coming of age, and the intersection between technology and humanity. I love how his characters feel incredibly real even when they are placed in extraordinary circumstances. The first movie I'll recommend you to watch by Mamoru Hosoda is The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. This film follows Makoto Kono, an ordinary high school girl who discovers she can literally jump backwards in time. And what begins as Makoto using her powers for trivial things like avoiding embarrassment, acing tests, enjoying karaoke sessions multiple times, gradually leads to this unfavorable and unfortunate circumstances due to butterfly effect. What makes this film special isn't really the sci-fi element, but how it uses time travel as a metaphor for growing up and showing how your actions have effect on others. It's a perfect blend of light-hearted fun and emotional depth, so please go watch it because time waits for no one. That is a movie reference you'll understand when you watch it. Next we have Summer Wars, where Hosoda takes his exploration of technology and humanity to the next level. This one presents a virtual world called Oz, where people play, socialize, work through avatars, so basically meta. And when this digital world is threatened, it has very real consequences on the physical world. Summer Wars is about the importance of human connection in an increasingly digital era. The animation keeps constantly shifting between the bright, colorful, sleek digital world of Oz and a warm, traditional Japanese countryside with real humans and multi-generational families. The movie is very engaging, it's very sleek, and the first time I watched it, I was confused why isn't more people talking about it. I stumbled across Summer Wars very accidentally, and even now it's my very favorite Mamoru Hosoda movie. My third and the final Hosoda movie recommendation is Wolf Children. Many consider this as Hosoda's masterpiece, and it's very easy to see why. Wolf Children tells the story of Hana, a woman who falls in love with a man who can transform into a wolf, and after his untimely death, she's left to raise their 2 half-wolf children alone. I made my mom watch this movie. I made my mom's mom watch this movie. What makes Wolf Children special is how it uses its fantastic premise to explore very real aspects of parenthood. The sacrifices, the challenges, the bittersweet joy of seeing your children find their own way in the world. I swear to God, every Indian parent needs to watch this film so they can finally understand their kids are an individual of their own with their own wishes and dreams. Now let's shift the gears completely and talk about an avant-garde director who pushes animation to its limits, and that is Masaaki Yuasa. Unlike Hosoda's refined style, Yuasa's animation is experimental, fluid, and sometimes even psychedelic. His characters stretch and morph in ways that defies physical logic. So without any further ado, let's talk about our first Masaaki Yuasa film, Mind Game. If you want to experience how boundless animation can be, Mind Game is the film for you. This film follows Nishi, a loser who is killed by Yakuza, experiences a bizarre afterlife, gets a second chance at life, and ends up on an adventure inside a whale with an old man and 2 women. The animation style shifts constantly throughout the film, from realistic to abstract, from rotoscope to hand-drawn, and from genuinely beautiful to deliberately ugly. After I finished the movie, I was left with, huh? Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck did I just watch? Mind Game is a celebration of life itself, encouraging the viewers to take risks and live life without any regrets. If you want to do drugs without doing drugs, please watch Mind Game. Next we have Night is Short, Walk On Girl. This is my favorite Masaaki Yuasa movie. I cannot emphasize enough how much you need to watch this film. Night is Short Walk on Girl is this absolutely wild ride through a never-ending night in Kyoto that honestly changed how I think about life and journey and animation. If you have seen Yuasa's anime series, The Tatami Galaxy, which I highly recommend if you haven't, you'd notice they are based on the novels by the same author, Tomohiko Morimi, and even feature some of the same characters. What I love about the movie is how it captures the feeling of being young and the feeling of anything could happen. Do you know those nights where you start at a bar, meet some weird characters, somehow end up in a totally different place with new friends, and before you know it, it's sunrise? This movie is that experience. So please give it a watch. I'm sure you'll fall in love with the weirdness of it. Last but not the least, we have Ride Your Wave. Ride Your Wave tells the story of Hinako, a surfer who falls in love with firefighter Minato. At its core, this film is about grief and learning to move on. It starts as a charming romance but quickly evolves into something much more profound, like exploring loss and personal growth. The animation is absolutely breathtaking, with Yuasa's fluid style capturing both the beauty and the power of the ocean. If there's one movie I want to be your gateway to Masaaki Yuasa's filmography, this is that film. Please watch Ride Your Wave, you'll thank me later. That's all the recommendations for now. What I love about both Yuasa and Hosoda is how they use animation as not just a medium to tell stories, but an integral part of the storytelling itself. So if you have been sticking to Ghibli and Makoto Shinkai films, let this video be an inspiration to expand your horizon. Let me know in the comments if you have seen any of these movies and if there's any other director who deserves way more attention and recognition. I would love to hear about them. I'm gonna go watch Night is Short Walk on Girl for the 100th time. So thank you for watching. Bye bye. See ya.